today. From Lumen Field in Seattle, it's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Miami Dolphins.
With Mount Rainier in the distance, there are few cities finer on a clear afternoon than this one, and we have a picture-perfect day for football at Lumen Field in Seattle. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. Dwayne Eskridge elects to bring it out. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Seahawks set to go on offense here, and it is the Pro Bowler Geno Smith at quarterback, Charles, in his 12th NFL season.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that, and they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets, and bottom line, how do they get a win?
Smith going to go to the air first play. Oh, the first play of the game going to be intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. On the return, it's Eskridge, and he'll bring it out. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field.
There he goes, right side. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. It's a big play there for Seattle. 51 yards on the ground. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
On first down, it's Smith. That's complete to DK Metcalf. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that will bring up second down. This defense for the Dolphins, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
Yeah, they held them completely out of the end zone, just held them to a field goal, so they're not just hoping.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Dolphins are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
First carry for Raheem Mostert. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Well, the numbers for Mostert a week ago, north of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. On the ground, it's a rookie from Tennessee. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. On first down, they'll stay with Wright on the ground. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. They'll run on first down with Wright. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Here's a peek at their past draft class. And, Charles, sometimes you'll see teams that have really specific needs they want to fill. Some can just say, well, I'm going to take the next best guy available. Maybe we see a little bit of both here in this draft.
I think you're right about that, Brandon. Plenty of talent in their class this year, some of which will contribute early and some which will be called upon down the road. The GM makes the final call after all the input from the scouts and the coaches. Now it's up to the coaches to develop the guys that the GM picked.
He'll buy some time right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Give the sack to Jerome Baker. Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just...
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up.
Well, my friend, this has certainly been a comedy of errors here in the first quarter. Neither side able to really hang on to the ball.
Yeah, now I'm just curious to see which team can adjust because both have made their mistakes, as you said.
Yeah, and whoever can do that can seize firm control of this game, something they haven't done with the ball so far.
Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 13. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. A look at the numbers for Lockett from a week ago. 6 catches, 54 yards.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open.
2nd down and 4. And now Smith going to change the play. Now they'll change things up. On 2nd down, it's Walker. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. A tale of 2 extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now Geno on first down. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 more there and another first down.
And defenses go into games against Seattle understanding that DK Metcalf is someone who presents a lot of problems for them with his blend of size, speed, and physicality, and he picks up another first down there. Big play guy, topped the 1,000-yard mark in each of the previous 2 seasons. If he keeps making plays like that, we know he's going to have a good shot to make it 3 straight by the end of this season.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Throwing now is Geno. Left side complete to Lockett. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 35. 19 yards there on the catch and run. So that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd down and 7. Now to the ground, here's Walker. And he'll go down at the 28. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
61 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. 1st and 10 right at the 20. And Walker once more. Even with the good move he showed, he'll be brought down short of the 15. And give the tackle to Anthony Walker. Now a 2nd and 6. They'll fake it. Now Smith. Over the middle, finding Smith and Jigba. And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Here's Walker, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. And that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Now Geno. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Geno now to throw. And he finds Lockett in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point up and through by Myers. And we are tied at 7. That one was an extended drive. 14 plays all told. And it ends with a Tyler Lockett touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Here comes the All-Pro returner from last year, Rashid Shaheed. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive. Last time out, remember, they fumbled the football. That led to the touchdown. And, Charles, they were in the red zone, so that's a backbreaker. They got to try to pick up the pieces here on this drive.
Yeah, and I actually started to do the math here, so be patient with me. 12-point swing is the way I calculate it because not only did they drop the ball in the red zone, they watched the opponent score a touchdown right after that. So their goal, have a drive here and try and get some of those points back.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. From the 33, here's a 2nd and 7. A give up the middle to right. Takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. Play action. Now it's Tua. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They brought in a heavy set on third down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation, and sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a first down.
What a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Another 18-yard gain. They had 18 on the previous snap as well. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, second down. The Dolphins at 2-0 here to begin the season. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And Wilson's going to have a Dolphins first down as he's brought down at the 16. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter. Wilson with a first down carry. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
They work now on 2nd and 9. From the gun, a run with Mostert. And he takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
3rd and 5. Hill going to go in motion right. Now Tua getting this out to the flat. Mostert. And the Dolphins are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
They'll run. Achane. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in. And
then he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Devon Achane, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was. And when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 14-7. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And the drive finished off with a touchdown run from Devon Achane. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive. So we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 69 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Smith on first down. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. They'll fake the jet sweep and go instead with Walker. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. And going right back to Walker. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 48-yard line. Running right, here's Walker. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Smith's throw into the hands of Fant. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 29-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. On first down, Smith. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Isaiah Simmons getting by the offensive line and dropping the quarterback.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
Well, it certainly looked to me like he tapped into the quarterback's thought process there. And what I'm hearing more and more when I go around the league, defenders sitting in on quarterback meetings trying to learn more about how they think so they can be in the right position, to be in the right spot, as he was there to pick that one off and take it all the way back for a touchdown.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Kenneth Walker headed back out there. And no doubt he's come out of the gate strong. Only in week 3, and you see the numbers thus far.
And we always talk about identity, setting a tone, you know, getting the groundwork laid for the season or for a game. And that's what they've done with the running game so far. It reminds me of when I first went to the University of Tennessee. And believe it or not, I was a quarterback for a day and a half. And the first practice session, the first play we ran was 28 pitch, which is a toss sweep. And I remember the offense coordinator saying, that's our identity, that's our bread and butter, that's the basis of our offense. We got to get that down right here, right now. And I think we're seeing some of that in this running game here.
So did you not get that down, and that's why you were moved to the defense, or what?
I don't know for that reason, but I do know I saw a couple of guys throw, and immediately they were saying, you know, you need to learn how to backpedal.
Hey, you turned into a heck of a DB, though, partner. And Metcalf going to have the Seahawks first down as he's up past the 45-yard line. Throwing is Smith. He'll fire one downfield for Fant. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. To the right side, this is Walker. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Back deep, Rashid Shaheed. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Wright. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
They'll go again here with Wright. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Out of the gun, here's a give to Wright. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
2 yards to go, second down. Tua sets up to pass it. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Tua looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 28. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well. Here's Tua. And his throw here's incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Tua setting up shop to throw again. He's got it to Williams. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Mostert will score. Touchdown, Miami. Second effort there. He was determined to find pay dirt, and he did.
I think that's a great example of what coaches talk about, a back that runs behind his pads, and he uses pads to get him into the end zone.
So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Raheem Mostert. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. In motion, Hill. Tua now on first down. And he fends him off. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Here's 2nd and 7. In motion left comes Williams. Tua going to throw. And this one is incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
That swung out to Mostert. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports halftime report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new.
And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. On the return, here's Rashid Shaheed. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Dolphins getting set to go back to work here in quarter number 3. On first down, they'll start out with Wright. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. They'll go right back to Wright. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 96 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. They'll run on first down with Wright. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Here now, 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, here's a give to Achane. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. On his horse. Touchdown, Dolphins. Xavier Legette, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins add 6 to their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that'll increase their lead to 28. That time a 6-play drive, and it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now we'll see what this season. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. They'll work the middle here with Wright. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 7 yards there and a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. Touchdown! Xavier Legette with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Dolphins have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. From the end zone, here comes Eskridge. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Once again, it's Mostert. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And a nice pickup there by Mostert, a sizable gain. And he's coming off a monster season a year ago. Not only did he rush for over 1,000 yards for the first time in his career, but he also scored a league-leading 18 touchdowns on the ground.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. He'll let this go deep for Waddle. And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 56 yards. And the Dolphins get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Here's Moore. He will return it. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. As they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. As Shaheed going to go in motion. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. He'll find Shaheed out to the right. First target, first catch at a first down. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3-and-out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Setting to throw on first down is Tua. That's complete to Mostert out of the backfield. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. Now a pass hauled in downfield. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill, 52 yards. And the Dolphins are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks. Williams being motion left. Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. Open man down the field. That's Ligon. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 26 and a first down. On play action, here's Tua. He'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. It's a big play there for Miami. 42 yards.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Achane is into the end zone. Touchdown, Miami. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Seattle now ready to march onto the field. The drive starts with a run from Achane. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. Second down and 6 now. Tua going to tap this forward on the jet sweep. Strong run, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. That one looks like he'll throw here. And this is incomplete.
Their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And that will be incomplete.
Up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Dolphins first down on what will be a big play there on 4th and long. 27 yards, a big play there on 4th.
Well, there's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the fourth quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you're doing.
This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one covers 29 yards, first down.
Well, that'll help the old passing stats. Remember, it was a pop pass, so it's not a wide receiver run there, Charles.
Well, I like the way that you scored it, and that's exactly how it goes into the books. But remember, he's had success throwing the ball the standard way in this game. And here, this little tap pass, it goes for good yardage, a little something extra in his repertoire.
This will be caught at about the 6. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Seahawks again now ready. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season, but on game day, you both want to show your best, and I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Dolphins, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they'll fall to 1-2, and they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Seattle, so long, everybody.